standing at the Exxon on South Greeley Highway near I-80, where police say a mobile meth lab was busted. Police responded right here last night at about 11:30 p.m. after neighbors made reports of gunshot sounds that took place right at this house behind me. It turns out that the National Weather Service is revealing what those recent temperatures were here in Cheyenne, but they're also going to let us know what Cheyenne is also in store for the rest of the summer.
A lot of new organizations that are coming out here today with new floats. So what are you looking forward to seeing this year?
You can see the charred hills behind me. Saturday's blaze burned nearly 1,000 acres of land. The fire nearly reached oil rigs, homes, and even the Auto Road shooting range. Now firefighters say if a grease fire flares up, simply smother the flames with a metal lid or use some baking soda, but never ever use water. And if a fire starts in the oven, simply turn it off the heat and then keep the door closed. More crowds are expected to pour in through the duration of Cheyenne Frontier Days, especially as the day progresses through the night show. For this year's fire prevention campaign, Cheyenne firefighters are also fighting to spread awareness on fire safety basics, which is why they're hanging out with local families and demonstrating common exercises behind their job. Here's a look. Within a 5-day span, Interstate 80 is closed for a second time due to a major vehicle pileup. The accident happened about 18 miles west of Laramie.
Initially, there was a 2-vehicle crash involving 2 commercial vehicles. My understanding is during that crash, one of the trucks jackknifed, blocking both lanes of Interstate 80 westbound.
As many as 40 vehicles were involved. Many people were hurt, and at least one was killed.
It just got really chaotic really quickly.
And it was more than just the wreck, as 20,000 gallons of hazardous materials caught fire inside a truck.
It's tough for our folks to get in there and do that when there's hazardous material on fire like that. Extreme inhalation hazard for our first responders.
For truck drivers on I-80 at the time,
I feel kind of eerie, to be sitting close to something like that, you know what I mean? But, what can you do?
But between the billowing smoke, cold, fog, and debris, they did what they could to lend a hand.
I helped out one lady and then this other guy, just trying to figure out where they were.
Because it could easily have been them in the pileup.
Part of me wanted to be on the other side of this and get beyond it, and the other part of me was really thankful to God that I got the opportunity to help out the people that I did.
It's easy to think you have control behind the wheel.
Pay attention to the road signs.
But poor driving habits and unforgiving weather can lead to tragic outcomes. Reporting in Cheyenne, Stacey Sams, News Channel 5. In the wake of mass shootings that plague our nation, Wyoming schools are cracking down on violence in educational environments.
We need to make sure that our communities that we serve are educated to the best that we can help them to not only identify a perpetrator early, but also to intervene or evacuate if the situation arises.
Campuses are installing additional security cameras, electronic message boards. Some are even using WyoLink.
Our tactics are consistent. So regardless of whether it occurred on the university campus or at another school or business within the community, all responding officers, regardless of their agency, would be able to respond effectively.
Whether an individual struggles with grades, health, or family problems, assistance is just a phone call away.
Through the networking with the external agencies can provide community resources. We can do referrals.
That could lead to referrals towards counseling, a school dean, or to residence life and dining services and more.
Welfare checks can come from any variety of folks, whether it's from faculty, whether it's from off-campus, family or friends.
But if you ever find yourself in danger,
the first is run. If they're able to evacuate that situation, the second one is to hide. If they're not able to run, to get into a situation, barricade themselves, get behind some cover. And the last one is to fight, is to take on that situation to the best of their ability.
Because as campus security tells it,
it's okay to get help when they need it. I think is a big step on making sure that folks that may be struggling.
It costs just $2 to play.
You pay $2, that $2 goes to the animal shelter.
Businesses are always raising funds for the Cheyenne Animal Shelter. But now, a new shop downtown called Mid-Mod Etc. on Pioneer Avenue is getting creative to serve the animal shelter's needs.
Playing pinball, paying it forward at an awesome price.
It all began from pet shop owner Teresa Miller's cat, adopted from the shelter.
Mr. Tom. Actually, periodically he used to sit on the pinball machine, so he's probably actually missing it.
Which then sparked Miller's idea to do this.
We had it in the house for a while, and then when we did the shop here, we thought this would be a great item to bring in to promote the shop, to promote possible discounts, as well as giving a little bit of money back to the community.
Miller hopes this clever and exciting game will change the future for homeless and abandoned animals.
We just thought that was such a clever and exciting way to raise funds for us, and we're really grateful for that.
By encouraging aid to the shelter's tight budget.
Whenever we can receive anything from the community, it really helps offset any of our extra unexpected costs.
And by trying your hand at pinball,
it's just fun. It's fun to play.
You could actually improve the quality of life for Cheyenne's adoptable animals.
The donations really do help us offset that cost and make it possible.
Stacey Sams, News Channel 5.
I was so nervous for him to start school because of his disability.
A hearing disability quickly turned into a blessing for a young boy at Goins Elementary.
And then he got here and he acted like he was just one of them.
Little Jaden entered Miss Deringer's kindergarten with an open heart.
Just likes to get to know everybody.
And an infectious energy.
He's outgoing.
But despite his disability, Jaden goes about his days taking every day in stride, something made easy by his classmates.
We plan recess together because we're best friends. We both have guitars, zombies,
who all interact with him daily,
play,
through the use of sign language.
So that it wasn't just me and him communicating with each other, but everybody communicating with everybody.
Miss Deringer spent her summer learning sign, so she could effectively accommodate Jaden and his peers.
And make sure everybody knows why you're doing it, so it's not just, here's the sign for red, for no reason, you know. We're like, what things in our classroom are red? And everybody finds the red things and signs red and making it meaningful for them.
Bridging the communication gap.
And so they've learned how to say, how are you today? And then say, oh, I'm tired, or I'm happy, or I'm excited, or however they're feeling, they can sign it back and forth to each other. They've learned how to say, hi, my name is, what's your name? You know, and kind of have a conversation with their friends.
Without making anyone feel left out.
Not only just with Jaden, but with each other, they're doing it. And so I think it helps him feel more comfortable, like it's not different. It's just how we are.
Miss Deringer says she hopes sign language will bind her students into lifelong friends. Reporting in Cheyenne, Stacey Sams, News Channel 5.